You join me sitting on a bridge over Bear Brook, opposite the site of an old mill. I've been following the brook's course from where it flows into the River Tame over to the west of Aylesbury, all the way through the town centre, residential, industrial, natural, unnatural. I'm sure you remember part 1. Whoops. But ahead of me is the open countryside, a very different story indeed. I'll be trading buildings for brambles, factories for fences, garages for grass. And it's the bit I'm most excited about, the complete unknown.
This is the adventure I was talking about.
So, with mounting excitement, I toddle over the road, check the brook is indeed flowing past the house, and set off once more. Ignoring this ridiculous pair of signs, I hop the gate, nearly twisting my ankle as comeuppance, and stomp ahead into the wilderness beyond what I knew growing up. This is it. Fresh turf. New exotic realms to traverse. I'm well aware how much I'm romanticising this, but I'm in full childhood memory mode now, making this a pretty huge moment for me, and I'm allowing myself to get swept up in the sense of adventure of it all.
It's interesting that they threaten you with prosecution by that gate, but then also provide you a really useful bit of information about the history of the area, along with QR codes and a lovely gate for you to use. This is the site of a medieval moated manor. Not much left of it now, but you can still see the earthworks where the whole thing used to stand, and the moat, of course. And this is a public footpath anyway, so. That has to be the most knackered style I have seen in my whole life. Some of this is rotting away. Careful where I step. But suddenly, isn't this nice and peaceful? We're finally away from civilization, and we're out into the countryside, whence the brook flows. I don't know what these are. How odd. There's just 2 of these things. They look maybe like candles, candle holders, or maybe they're 4 old gas lamps. I don't know. A curious little find. And we're back, fumbling through undergrowth once more. Oh goodness. Ow. There is an old path here, but it's not been used for very long. For a very long time, rather. Oh no, I think I see a fence. One I can't get over. Which would be a shame, because I'm sticking really nicely to the brook here with my stomping. What's that about then? Interestingly, it's what looks like an incredibly old bench. Wonder how long that's been there.
This newfound peace and quiet, now we're away from civilization, is lovely, and I revel in it for a moment before diving into the thorny thicket.
Ah, that hurts. Oh, nearly got a twig in the eye. Yeah, I can see the... Very sure we can go around that fence. Let's do it. Oh dear. Brambles, brambles, brambles. I've got this barbed wire to sort out first. Maybe we go under it. Got to avoid these nasty things. Well, there's a lot to avoid here, really, isn't there? Actually no, I'm not going to be able to get out there. This is ridiculous. So thorny. Oh dear. My legs are giving up. This looks really easy, doesn't it? But it's tricky because everything you can see dangling down, everything on the other side of there is spiky bramble and it hurts. Ooh, hang on. There's a bit there I could get over, I think. Ow, there goes my ear. All right. Some old barbed wire rusted beyond oblivion there. But I think I can step over just here if I'm lucky. Let's give it a go. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, ouch. Thorns in my hands. And my head. Oh, ow. I really hope I don't have to come back over this, because this is absolute rubbish. Oh, my ears. Should be wearing a hat or something. Okay, but push our way through here. Past the barbed wire. Another twig in the eye. Ow. Again, ow. Ooh. We're through. I cannot tell you how properly crap all that was. I was scrabbling around. I genuinely felt I was stuck at one point. So, I've had better. But behind me is the brook and the place it comes from. And an estate and some sort of water feature with birds on it. I'm going to be quite open out there. And it gets very muddy too, so I don't know what's going to happen, but if we can make it to those houses, we're pretty safe. Oh my gosh! Snagged my hand. I took one step and snagged my hand on a massive bramble. I will stop moaning about the brambles soon, and that's not by choice. It's just because I'm out of them. So that's good. Let's go this way. Stick close to the brook. Let's jump up and over. But it also means I have to get across this mini little trickle of something. Probably just the runoff from that housing estate over there, and maybe this pool we can see. But that's dead easy to cross. And we're back. Oh, this is great fun. I'm having such a lovely time. Because despite this being difficult, but despite myself being bleeding from several different places on my hands now, it's back in the countryside. It's back into the adventure, the unknown, the truly unknown. Out here there's just something different. I get a different energy from all this. I've got more excitement wondering where it goes out in the countryside, or wondering where it comes from out in the countryside, than I do from trying to find out where it runs through the town centre. That's interesting, don't get me wrong, and there are different things that I love about that, but this is where I prefer to be. Now, how far does it bend off round there? I don't think we've got much choice but to go this way, because I'm not getting through that. Oh, there it is. Looks quite deep but narrow. Oh, my first butterfly of the year. Small tortoise shell. Oh, gorgeous. Spring is truly here. That's a lot of compost. They've misspelled albatross. Unless that's someone's name, albatros. But, they've also misspelled fairy. Again, unless it's a name. What a strange estate. Okay, I see no other option, because the brook heads that way and through goodness knows what beyond. So let's go and have a look at what there is. Ooh. Ah. Ripped the trousers again. I shall not be wearing these to work any longer. Okay, more fences. I've got to be careful here because I know that there is a farm. And yeah, private property on the other side. If we come across anyone, feign ignorance, tell them what you're doing, be friendly. It does look like people go this way. There is a sort of mini path and, of course, litter. Sadly. I did just hear a vehicle moving up ahead. Wow, those are huge barns. They don't look like they're in use any longer. Oh, and here's the brook. Oh, this is lovely. Shame about this metal fencing in the middle, but what a nice sight. I really want to go in there, but I can't see a very good place to cross the brook. But maybe I could. I'm getting cocky now. This looks crossable if I jump. This is quite good. I think we'll be alright. Getting back's going to be an issue, but shall we? Should we give it a go? Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Let's analyse what just happened there, shall we? Key observation number 1. I don't take a run-up. There's only so far you can jump from a standing start. This was my first error. Key observation number 2. It looks like I'm closer to horizontal than vertical at this point. I do not know how I managed this, but I do know it's not good for landing. Key observation number 3. I plant my left foot directly into the softest, most stagnant looking bit of mud possible. I am not a heron. That mud will not support me. Key observation number 4. I completely wipe out in spectacular fashion. Let's see that one more time.
Alright, that could have gone better. Boot is absolutely covered in rancid, stinking mud. That is where I landed. Oh, buzzard. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. Let's explore this place. But I'm off, and I think I'll go across this. Is this safe? Yes, it's fine. I could hear this high-pitched wee, wee, which is a shame because there was some really cool looking stuff back there that I would love to have looked at more. But we need to get out of here now. So.
It turns out this field is a future housing development, hence the heavy fences. Rounding the corner, I come up against an interesting new problem.
Oh, this is a bugger. The brook carries on along there, but how do I get over there? Could I get underneath this somehow? There's a really small gap there that I could possibly wriggle under, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Here looks a little better.
I spend a good minute contemplating the potential humiliating wriggle through the filth and the nettles. If you're wondering why I don't just scale this fence, it's because I'm well aware that I'm not a good climber. At all.
Because I think if I can just get under this fence, across that little track, and then on the other side of that hedge, where I don't think there's a barbed wire fence, I should be good to go. But there is a big house behind these trees, and I need to be quiet. I just saw some deer go under this, so if they can get under, I can too. I'm gonna look like such an idiot if they catch me. Gloves on. Let's go. That way. Okay. Onwards. Okay. Made it. Not on their land anymore, as far as I can tell, but this is a lot different, isn't it? I bet it would have been fine in that farm building, but I just didn't know. And that sound I heard, that high-pitched rising whine, that to me sounded like a motion sensor, and it started very suddenly. But hey, maybe that's somewhere I could go exploring again one day. Bloody lovely house there though. Try not to stare at it for too long, just get back to our route. Okay. And there it is, look. There's some of that knackered old brickwork that I really wanted to go and have a look at. Never mind. Away from the hot area behind us and into the nice calm of the brook on this side. And my watch has just buzzed, telling me I'm nicely back on course, so I'm happy. Gosh, I'm so glad I was able to fit under that fence. I'm not very good at getting over fences, but boy have I proved today that I can get under them. What is this field anyway? Just nothingness, really. I've got to have a quick look at this. What is this? Bell Bros coach hire. Whoa. Be careful here. Oh, I can't really get back into that farm building here. I probably won't, but I probably could. No. The day is wearing on. Whoa, I must not be tempted, led astray from my path. Anyway, I decided to go on this side. Just something about being on that side didn't feel right. We have houses, we have that, whatever it is, little industrially farmy building. I think we're safer on this side for now, and we can hope that we come across a nice track that gets us back across. Whew, that's been an exciting little bit.
Surrounded by big open skies and warmed by the lovely bright rays of sun tumbling out of them, I perform an obligatory camera positioning check and press onwards.
Wow, little stepping stones, and just where a tractor decides, screw this, I'm going straight through it. Do you know, I think I do need to be on this side, and the stepping stones are tempting. Just make sure I don't hurt myself by slipping. That's the main thing here. Okay. Okay, just about managed it. My feet are wet, but I survived, and I think we made the right choice there, because we are coming up to the Aston Clinton bypass, which is a great big dual carriageway 70-mile-an-hour road. So I'm not quite sure where we cross it or how we get back to the brook. This is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing. But we've got the brook on one side, we've got certainly probably an escape route out there. Let's just enjoy it. It's going well so far. And look how beautiful and clean and clear this water is. It's quite nice to get wet feet from the brook that I've known and loved for all this time. I just keep thinking about this. This is where it came from. You know, all that water I've played in, fished from, played sticks in, you know, everything through my childhood. This is where it flowed all along. This is where it came from. Let's see how far we can follow along before we run out of options. I think this is as far as we get. I can see, yeah, I can see cars running by just up there. So all it's going to be is a tunnel leading underneath the road, and I don't think I'm getting any further along it. No, I'm not getting into there. Okay. Oh, time for a huge deviation. This is going to hurt.
Understandably feeling a little hard done by, I hug the fence back round towards the road, taking in the airborne wildlife against the pale blue sky and padding my way across some of the most sickeningly soft ground I've ever had the opportunity to cross. One very Irish-looking gate, an old, barely used walkway, and one tricky road crossing later, I find it's not all gravy on the other side either.
That is the most direct route back to the brook. I can't get through that, and I can't walk along the main road. I'm going to have to come at this from another angle, and I think it's going to have to be along this road here. Ooh, look at that, an old gate. Is there an easier way over? Yeah, probably about here. Ah! Oh, I went underneath my trousers. Ooh. So this might be a waste of time, but might also be fruitful. Oh, this isn't going to be anything, is it? See, I don't want to cheat and use the map too much. I want to kind of keep this reasonably organic, because it's more fun discovering that way, isn't it? Ooh, and this, just here, actually, is a nice little find. This is the brook, or the stream, that runs from Wendover down through a town called Weston Turville, a village rather, through Aston Clinton, and then joins the Bear Brook just up ahead where I had to deviate. So that is a good sign that we're on the right kind of path. So we know if we follow that, we find the Bear Brook, because it becomes the Bear Brook. Yes. Oh, and don't tell me I could have just hopped over into that field. Yeah, there's a clear fence just over there. Oh, well, that's annoying. And I don't think I'm jumping over this. Not with a barbed wire fence on the other side. Oh, this is cool though. Hello, Wendover Stream. I doubt there's anywhere up ahead, and it all looked very overgrown on my side, so I might just have to go back. But you'll notice I've started walking this way because I'm stubborn and I want to see what we find. I wonder what this old land is used for anyway, or was used for ever. Okay, Oh, there's a set of old car keys. Oh, they must be ancient. Why are they here? That's incredible. Well, in case they belong to someone, I will put them back in place, just in case they need to come back for them. Right, I don't think that's going to be very helpful. There is the fence and the barrier towards the road, so yeah, we need to just head that way now. We need to get across the Wendover stream. So this could be doable, potentially. No, it's too big, isn't it? I mean, if I was able to stand on something like this fallen branch, I could probably make it over, but even then I've got the barbed wire on the other side. This is not going to hold my weight. I just tried stepping on it and it went right under, so I did say this bit would be tricky, didn't I? Oh, could I definitely not just do it here? I really want to. I could get across that. Come on. Look, that should hold my weight. Grab the fence post, pull myself up. I'm golden. Yeah, no, that's deceiving. I can see underneath there. There's a lot of overhang and then some really...
Watching this footage back now, I don't understand why I didn't just wade through. I'm not actually afraid of getting my feet wet. Indeed, I've had 2 occasions since where I've gone right in. I think my tired brain here just tunnel visions. The idea of simply entering the water is just not at all on the cards, and so I doubled down on this limitation, painfully turning away from this shallow stream and head back towards the road again.
All these shortcuts I keep taking keep on not working. Oh, wow, did not even see that barbed wire there. Okay, keep your eyes open, Steve, come on. You could have taken a tumble there or a horrible nasty tetanus filled gash on your leg. Look at how that fence post is bending round the tree because the tree grew up and bent it out of place. That's really cool. Oh, back on not even the track. This is the track to the track, for goodness sake. There's the brook, or at least the Wendover stream tributary, and here's the nice easy place, hopefully nice and easy place that we get in to this field. Yeah, luckily this second fence post is already down, so if I use that as purchase I could probably get up and over. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was really tricky, but it's still standing and we're fine, and I'm in the field now. Let's go to where we need to be.
This map shows the ridiculousness of my journey, demonstrating my complete inability to follow a simple waterway. But obstacles or no obstacles, I'm getting led astray by having a good time, and I'm okay with that, even when I find myself a mere 2 meters from the spot I was 20 minutes ago.
It so looks like I could have made that, doesn't it? But I'm glad I didn't try. You can tell animals run along these tracks, look at them. So somewhere in this massive, absolute insanity and chaos is where the Wendover Brook joins the Bear Brook, which I'm still calling the Bear Brook. And the Bear Brook runs along this way. And my watch has just beeped at me and said, we're back on course again, and there she is. As the cars whoosh by up there, we finally found her again. With lots of lovely growth along the other side. I wonder if they're going to turn into beautiful, beautiful yellow flowers or something.
I finished the last of my water in the golden sun, feeling somewhat dehydrated by this point. I then take a moment to consider how long it is that I've been walking. Care to tell us, Steve?
Yeah, so far this has taken me 5.5 hours.
Wow, nice one.
To go something like 9 kilometres. Not the most impressive pace ever, is it? But now I've had that drink, I should start feeling better. I've got a bit of a headache going, but I'm still massively enjoying this. This is the adventure I was talking about, the exploration and the navigation, trying desperately to find your way through long forgotten corners of the area that you thought you knew very well. Dear. But why am I so obsessed with the source of this brook? I think when we see water, we kind of look at it as, where does it go? Because water always flows in a certain direction, doesn't it? It always flows downhill. So it's always got its path. You can predict where water's going to go if you have the perfect map that tells you the terrain and everything. But all water leads to the sea, doesn't it? And that's my answer. While it was interesting to see the River Tame, I am so much more interested in seeing where this comes from. We're closing in on it. Here it's incredibly swampy and marshy, and you can actually see the difference in the vegetation, so I think I'm going to have to head round and once again hope I don't get too far off course, but we can only do what we can do, hey? And now I think about it, this also is an old moated manor, which explains some of the, you know, the ancient looking trees and the big ditches and changes in the shape of the earth there. Oh, my brook is over there, and I'm worried here that I'm going directly through a farm. I'm gonna have to be quiet.
Okay, time to explain. Here, my blood runs cold at the sound, much louder in real life than in the footage. I stop in my tracks. It had sounded like a large dog just up ahead. I immediately have images of a farmer's dog sensing me, running out at me, resulting in me getting mauled right here in this field. The feeling takes over and it's all I can think. Of course, hearing it back now, I reckon it was probably just a deer. But in the moment, I was petrified. There's that sound again. This time I hear it a little more clearly, and it doesn't quite sound like a dog. Also, even if it is, it's not getting any closer, so I guess it's not coming for me. Still very much on edge though, I continue up the track.
I don't know what made that noise, but it scared the life out of me. I thought it was a dog, and I was going to get savaged. But I think we're safe from that farmhouse there. Oh wow, a farm track that goes under the road, the main road. That's interesting. Not helpful to me, of course, but interesting. And the brook, I can see just here, you see the shimmering, runs underneath and out along that way. Oh, and there's a gate. Oh, this just gets more and more helpful. Here it is though. I did not think we were going to be able to follow it quite so closely. And look how gorgeous some of that green is. It is definitely a lot cleaner up here, and I've been looking forward to seeing that change as we carry on along this journey.
Despite the dual carriageway just a stone's throw to my left, I'm getting deeper into farmland and countryside, and it's getting calmer and more peaceful. I love travelling these perfectly regular but mostly unseen places. Why would anyone in the world but, say, 1 or 2 farmers come along here? To me, that makes them special.
Here we have an interesting little joining section. From that direction we have one of the Halton airfield runoffs that actually comes from a spring in a small woodland area called Rosemead Covert. I want to explore that one day if I can get across the military ground, but that might be a bit silly. Here anyway, we've got the brook coming from down there and along into that way, joining the Bear Brook. And the Bear Brook is coming from over here. So we need to go through this gate and carry on following it along.
Let's have a little look at the map, shall we? We've come a decent distance despite all the twists and turns. There have been quite a number of confluences around this area too. I wish I had time to explore them all.
Are those sheep in the distance? They look like hench sheep. Absolute units. I'm not normally nervous of sheep because, come on, they're sheep, but one that's bigger than me? The sign said keep your dogs on a lead, watch out for livestock attacks. I'm wondering if they meant watch out for when the livestock attacks. Please leave me alone. I promise to leave you alone if you leave me alone. Yeah, he's just making sure. We're alright. Well, we've got the brook there. Oh, and a couple of fences I think we could probably get over or round. Ah! Oh my goodness. This brook is causing me some hassle, let me tell you that. Okay, what's in this field then? Let's emerge. Oh! Nothing, by the looks of it. Happy birthday.
By this point, I am getting weary. It's been quite a long day. But with that fatigue comes a growing sense of accomplishment and the knowledge I'm closing in on my destination. I've come such a distance and made it past all the obstacles in my way. So far.
There is a conveniently placed enormous tree that crosses the brook. So if I can just get across this absolute pile of nonsense, then maybe I'm in luck. Oh dear. You can see a lot of the chalk on the stream bed here under the Bear Brook. And we are in the Chilterns, a very famous chalky area, with some of the very few chalk streams that we have left in the country. So they're a precious commodity and we should look after them. Anyway, I shouldn't be talking, I should be getting across this tree. Yes, made it. Ish. Huh. Oh my god. Oh, I fell backwards there, that was nearly very embarrassing. But here we are on the other side again. Oh, look how easy that would have been. Could have just jumped. Never mind. Well, I had no idea that the Bear Brook ran anywhere like this. This is quite something. And even as I'm getting very tired and really starting to flag now, because this has been a long old day, I'm still getting those moments of joy, those little spikes of, oh wow, so that's where it comes from, so that's what it's doing. And just the reminder that this little body of water was what fed the water that fed my childhood. That's a nice thing to consider. But now we're hitting Aston Clinton, the final village along the way, essentially. And just there we have the name, Bear Brook House. Fantastic. This brook has a lot of fingerprints all over the landscape, including residential. And sadly, once again, we've come up against private property. So we'll have to go round in order to find where the brook leads to on the other side of these houses.
A bit more deviating here. It's practically impossible to follow the brook properly between all these houses and under the roads.
Now I think I can see water running through there, and usually in these sorts of places this kind of overgrowth means a brook is running along there. Ah, no, here it is. Past this person's lovely garden. You can see a little fence up ahead, a little gate. You can also see along that tree line there, you'd imagine they built the houses around it, and those were trees that grew, you know, 100 years ago or whatever, back when the brook was running there and it was fields either side. I can see that tree line once more, running down here. I wonder if that's where the brook goes. You don't just have trees like that for no reason. Across the road we go. Now, that's a shame. Private driveway. Oh, that's such a shame. Because look, you can practically touch it, and it runs all the way along here. Yeah, private driveway, no public right of way. That's gated. Yeah, but there it is, running under there and through some beautiful garden. Well, it's private, so sadly we're going to have to turn around once more. Once again thwarted by private property. Oh, that's such a shame. And it was so gorgeous through there too. Let's see what the closest route is that we can take that isn't, you know, someone's house to get through. Now I suppose I could ask these people if I could kindly just film myself walking through their gardens, but I really don't think the answer is going to be yes. And I haven't got an awful lot of time left. Shadows are getting long.
As I stroll along the main road of Aston Clinton, I lament my huge departure from the brook here. It's getting further and further away, and I don't know when that's going to improve, until I find a promising right turn.
Ooh, okay. We could be in luck here. Anytime you see something saying Old Mill, you know you're fairly certain that there's going to be a waterway next to that mill. Yeah, this looks good. My watch is saying that the brook is just ahead. Out of public footpath! Result! Oh, it's not going to be that easy at the end here, is it? My watch says it's just here somewhere. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. Yeah! We found it again. Let's go and see where we missed it. Oh yeah, we were never getting through that, were we? We're back on course, and it's open, and there are no brambles. That's crossed over there now. It has been a lot easier to keep an eye on where the brook is for this trip than I thought it would be. I thought I would have trouble, but so far any deviations I've had have been intentional because I've had to do them, rather than accidental because I've lost track of where the thing is, which has been great. Brook, yep, there you are. Oh, so clear. I really don't know how well you can see that now, the light's starting to fade, but it is clear as you like. We're getting very close now. As I walk along this little detour from the brook and I turn the corner, I am just thinking about how it would have been to have started here, because we're only a few hundred meters into the distance behind the camera there that we're going to finish, and we could have started there. We could have been walking back along this bit here, but in that direction this morning. But then what sort of...
Embarrassment alert. I get distracted by a bird of prey wheeling above. And I mean properly distracted, open mouth and everything.
But then what sort of adventures would we have had that would be different from the ones we had today? Just thinking back to that abandoned farmhouse and the track I had to run across, and oh, that was really exciting. But would I have known that I could go around that way? Would I have been on the other side of the brook and gone through the old abandoned bit on the right? I don't know. There's a lot of bits to this that I'm going to have to look back on and think about how it would have gone if I'd gone the other way. I guess we'll never know, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Look how open and flat it is. Hey, After you. Hello.
Sorry, they're very rude.
No.
No social standing.
They've got more legs than me, they have the right.
Come on, Orbit, come.
The golden light bouncing down through these branches is gorgeous and lights up just one last curiosity for me to explore.
What is this? Oh. I assume it's some kind of old wartime chamber of some kind. It's beautiful, covered in all its green moss though.
It's actually an ice house built in the 1800s for storing ice, presumably for the inhabitants of the nearby, long since demolished Rothschild house. Turning my attention back to liquid water though, I rejoin the Virgin Brook as it spills out from this large Victorian pool, fed by the underground spring that is the source of Bear Brook. I'd been hoping for peace and quiet, but the presence of these noisy teenagers is threatening to ruin my first moment at the source. Nevertheless, I head away from them along the bank. I pause briefly now and then to revel in the burgeoning excitement at the prospect of being so close to Bear Brook's beginnings. I endeavour onwards for the last 100 metres or so, away from civilization and into a haven practically of my own design, through forgotten, overgrown gardens and rotting wooden structures slowly being reclaimed by nature. At last, the spot where underground springs bubble out into the tranquil glade, feeding the pool that feeds the stream that feeds the brook on this cool March evening. I've made it.
Welcome to Wellonhead Spring, the first overground source of the Bear Brook. I've just spent a few minutes sitting here now, just enjoying the calm, peaceful sounds of this little grotto. It's really nice. And the trickling water, you know, that's an underground spring that has just surfaced. I could go over to that, probably, fill my bottle up and drink it, and it would be delicious. Fresh Chiltern Hill water. But that is what feeds the brook. And I have just walked the entire thing. And I'm letting that sink in. Obviously that means more to me than it does to any of you, because I grew up around it. I've been thinking about it for quite some time. I've seen a lot today, and I've overcome a lot today. There have been a lot of tricky bits and pieces. It was really a tale of two halves, wasn't it? Urban area first, very easy to follow, industry everywhere. And then the rural side of things, once we got out to the east, just brambles and fences, and there was some really tricky navigation there. But this is my reward, I'm enjoying this. And now I'm just thinking about how it's funny that that water that I can see trickling out of that tiny crack in the ground over there is going to travel all the way down to where I started this morning, at the River Tame. And I wonder if I put a little bead into this water and somehow could guarantee that it makes it all the way down to the River Tame, I wonder how long it would take it if it didn't get stuck on anything. My hands are scratched up and my legs are scratched up, but I think I'm just going to sit here for a short while longer and then I'm going to head off to the pub. Tradition.
I quietly reflect on my journey now as I head pubwards. The atmosphere here is perfect for it, and I invite you to do the same, just for the next few moments.
Hiya, you're right. Any chance to have a pint of London Pride, please? And a pint of lemonade and lime as well, with a little bit of ice. Of course. Cheers. Thank you very much. No worries. Oh. This is incredibly well earned. Cheers. And now I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It's been an incredible journey. I've got to digest it now while I have my drink, and over the next few hours while I fall asleep in the car and on the sofa at home. But thank you all so much for your continued support and for watching, essentially. I've had a fantastic time, and here's to the next one. Bye bye.